Welcome to BTV News Hour. I'm Angelina Mambo and it's Tuesday, the 24th of May 2016. Here are our top stories. We will not stop bombing until Buhari releases Nnamdi Kanu. Niger Delta Avengers vows. Biafrans in the Nigerian army, be wise. IPOB registered in 30 countries. Kanu seeks $800 million compensation. Comrade Jibrila Gazama, your scaremongering will not stop IPOB from protesting. Now the news in details. The renewed attacks on oil and gas facilities in the Niger Delta region may in no way be nearing an end following the recent threat by the Niger Delta Avengers NDA. The group has restated its threat to carry on with the bombings of oil installations in the region until the federal government of Nigeria met their demands. NDA is also demanding release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in detention for close to 8 months now. The group recently gave a 2-week deadline to multinational oil firms to vacate the region, reiterating its threat to cripple the nation's economy. It is quite unfortunate that our brothers and sisters are gallantly fighting for the continuous existence of the same country, Nigeria, that has become a parasite to their people. The same country that has wasted the uncountable numbers of them in the name of fighting Boko Haram. The same country that has killed the uncountable numbers of Biafrans even from the days of creation. It is no longer news that the pedophile in power, Muhammadu Buhari, is the chief negotiator of the violent group Boko Haram. But today, Biafrans in the zoological Nigerian army has become their prey since they have been chosen to fight this dangerous group. The question is Nigeria worth dying for? What is the need of dying for a country that sees you as a slave, infidels and miscreants? History has it that thousands of soldiers have lost their lives in the hands of Boko Haram, knowing that 90% soldiers deployed to fight Boko Haram are Biafrans. They use Biafran soldiers to fight them while the northern soldiers are sent to Biafra land to complete the genocide. For how long will you dwell in this blindness? Wake up, brothers. Let's take what belongs to us. Remember, this is the only chance we got to destroy Nigeria. If we miss it now, our children and innocent future generation will suffer even more than us. Let's remember that we don't have all the time in the world, and we have to free our innocent leader, Nnamdi Kanu. We need to be free. Be wise, my people in the Nigerian army. Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in detention since October 14, 2015, admitted before the ECOWAS court that he is the founder of IPOB, a body he said was duly registered in over 30 countries of the world. He further told the court that Radio Biafra Limited was duly registered under the United Kingdom Companies Act 206 and certified by the Registrar of Companies of England and Wales. According to the document before the court, IPOB was registered under the United Kingdom Companies Act 206 with certificate registration number 9141882. Nnamdi Kanu also told the court that he came to Nigeria to visit his parents as well to join his heavily pregnant wife, who he said was expected to give birth in the UK. More so, Kanu told the regional court that his legs and hands were chained by operative of the Department of State Services, DSS, while he was in their detention facility, a treatment he said amounts to the worst dehumanization, degrading treatment and torture. Cited as the defendant in the suit, which Kanu filed through his lawyer, Mr. Ifeanyi Ejiofor, at the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Attorney General of the Federation, and Minister of Justice, and the Director General, Department of State Services, DSS. Aside praying the ECOWAS court to order his release from detention, Nnamdi Kanu also wants a compensation of $800 million for the gross violation of his human rights. The call for the federal government of Nigeria to threat Biafra protesters like Boko Haram by the Northern Consensus Movement through their spokesperson, Comrade Jibrila Gazama, is very laughable. This group, on the 21st of May 2016, said all groups including separatist elements that use violence as an instrument of expression of grievances, such as the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, should be given same treatment as Boko Haram. The above statement shows the level of naivety among this set of ethno-religious bigots. Having failed to compare and contrast the vision and mission of Boko Haram and IPOB, it is incumbent on us to enlighten the demented clowns from the Mohammedan Emirates of the North, at the same time setting the record straight that IPOB are not in any way like Boko Haram. First of all, the above group must be made aware that the indigenous people of Biafra is not a group, but a people. In other words, we are a nation. Since the renewed agitation for the restoration of Biafra began, IPOB has been termed by various human rights groups and world-class media as peaceful protesters. It has never been reported that IPOB carried arms, neither has it been verified that IPOB resorted to violence despite being massacred with impunity. The indigenous people of Biafra are driven by an instinct to be free and survive in the land, which is now confirmed to be under siege by the Boko Haram elements, who have now disguised as Fulani herdsmen. This group of Northerners must understand that there is a glaring difference between freedom fighting and terrorism. The right of the indigenous people, as enshrined under the UN Charter, gives Biafrans the legal right to secede from the contraption created by a British mercenary, Frederick Rugged. IPOB has been working assiduously under the tenets of the Charter, which include peacefully protesting to express their grievance with the aim of getting those at the helm of affairs to call for referendum. In other words, freedom is all Biafrans seek for. And I ask these scavengers of Biafra oil, how difficult is it to let go? Boko Haram are jihadis whose ideology stems from the teachings and acts of their prophet Muhammad, with the sole aim of wiping off non-believers, who in this case are mailing Christians. The urge to kill at any slightest provocation is embedded in their genealogy, while Biafrans value human life and seek to avoid every violent means to achieve freedom. Can this group of mentally deficient Northerners called Northern Consensus Movement categorically mention any singular act of violence carried out by IPOB? Have they not seen the videos and pictures of how harmless Biafrans were killed by Buhari, and yet none of the oppressed Biafrans responded in the same measure? How many mosques has IPOB bombed in Biafra land, even when guns were recently found inside various mosques in Aba? The recent spate of attacks on Biafrans in Enugu and other parts of Biafra land ordinarily should have been a catalyst to hunt and kill every living house of Fulani in the said location, but none of them were touched, neither killed. In a further display of crass ignorance, the Northern Consensus Movement requested that IPOB should be given the same treatment as Boko Haram. In other words, they intend to threaten Biafrans so as to stop them from further agitating for their freedom, which in the end put the North at advantage. Their major plans is to kill the spirit of freedom fighting, and in that regard, Biafrans must ensure they keep faith with the Biafran cause. Biafrans will continue to explore every legal means to get their entitled freedom. But at the same time, they must not mistake our resolve to be civil for cowardice. Boko Haram and IPOB are not the same and should never be compared. In their efforts to cement their concocted lies, their spokesperson further on said that Hausa Fulanis have been incessantly killed since after the last general election. And I asked Comrade Jibrila, where and when did such killing take place? Every brand new day usher in the heartbreaking episode of death encountered by Biafrans in the hands of deadly Boko Haram, now transformed into Fulani herdsmen. No amount of lies and propaganda can diminish our resolve to restore Biafra. We are bound by a taste for freedom, and as such, every effort to derail or put Biafrans at jeopardy is dead on arrival. Because Biafra is a force that no man on earth can stop. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, are saying, to your tent, O Israel. Thank you so much for joining us here on BTV News Hour. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.